Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Gotlegs. If you've been following the vlog for this week, you know that today it's Friday, and that means that it's an FTP test kind of day. And basically the day hasn't really gone as it's supposed to. So when I woke up, I was really warm, didn't feel too comfortable, and basically I had my breakfast and everything like that, but felt kind of bloated and a bit sore throat. And I still feel it a bit, but I think it's going a bit better now. So I didn't want to do the test right away because basically doing a test when you're not feeling well basically doesn't mean that basically means that you won't end up with the result that you get. Usually when I feel like this, I can either have like the worst day ever or I can have my best days ever. So hopefully it's one of the latter part days, meaning that I'll be ripping on the turbo trainer today. Also, when I got into our living room, I found out that our cat had thrown up in our couch once again. That's like the second time this week and the third time in a couple of weeks. So I just changed the battery in my Garmin heart rate strap. It had some weird readings the last couple of rides, so hopefully just the battery will do. We'll see on today's ride. Basically, it's an FTP test. I've gone over this many times before. I'll do a basic warm-up, then do a little bit of a ramp interval, and then head straight into the 20-minute test. I'm not that kind of person that has really discovered the 8-minute test. I know there's like a shorter way of doing this, but I kind of like the 20-minute test. Basically, it allows me to compare my recent efforts with the new FTP. So doing it the same way as I've always done it, and kind of works for me. Anyways, let's go kit it up and head down to the turbo trainer and get started with this test. And I'm not promising anything, but I'm hoping that I'll do something like 295, 300 watts on the 20-minute test, hopefully more. Alright, so fully kitted up right now in the bicycles jersey, as well as some sweet Castelli-free aero bips, and basically ready to rock on the turbo trainer, making sure that I do a very good FTP test. So I won't be doing a long introduction to how I do this because I've done quite a few videos about this, so you can find the other videos in my feed somewhere. But basically, we're all ready on the bike, doing the warm-up right now. Do about 30 minutes, along with some ramping, some progressive, some fast pedaling. I'm not using Swift for this. Although you can see that I'm on Swift, I'm basically using this as a backdrop because I'm controlling the resistance from the Tax app. So I want to get as even as resistance as I can from my turbo trainer. And right now on Swift, I go up and down and all that. With the Tax setup, I can basically set it at a set pace and then or set resistance, and then basically just use the gears. So that's what I'll be doing today, but I'll get back to you when the test is done. So, bye. And the test is over, done and dusted. So am I. The good thing is that I improved my FTP, or the 20-minute test from last time, which was late December 2017. So it's a pretty good benchmark to what condition I was in last year. I actually kept it pretty steady. Basically held it at around 300 watts, a bit over, a bit under, and slowly the average power climbed a bit, And then for the last 2 minutes, it was just about hanging on, increasing it just a little bit, but no sprinting, no like crazy deep shit. It was just maintaining the pace that I set off on. So I think I did just about 300 watts, and I'm just cooling off right now. And we'll go up, plug the Garmin computer into my Mac, and see what I actually did.
With some other girl you knew before, not much longer would to be mine. But in my life, you see, I must say, not much longer would to be mine. Don't you know that I heard, baby? Don't you know that I heard gonna be mine?
So as you can see, I did 306 watts for the 20 minutes test. And my peak at 12 minutes was 309, and my peak at 10 minutes was 309. So basically it was pretty steady all around. So 306 watts, and then you take about 5% off, and you have 291 or so. Let's just fact check that with the calculator. So 306, 95, 290.7. So just for the sake of it, let's call it 290. Is that all right with you? So that's about 15 watts more than I did the last time. That's pretty good. So why am I doing this FTP right now? Well, basically, I needed to know my training zones, because when you head into winter season where you'll be doing a lot of indoor training on your turbo trainer, your FTP is probably lower than it was when you were out riding, and your fitness has also probably decreased a bit. So basically making sure that my level is exactly where it is, so my training zones are on point for when I'm doing this type of training. I'm not a big advocate for testing it ever so often. I actually think you can go ahead, maybe just having a test at the end of the season, just to make sure that you have seen the improvement in your fitness throughout the season. So maybe do like an FTP test in the end of February, or whenever you're heading more out on the road than you're doing on the turbo trainer. But my plan for the next 4 weeks is actually to try to improve my FTP. A couple of years ago, I signed up for a newsletter where I was giving a short introduction to a way to increase your FTP by, I think it was 20 watts in 4 weeks. And I never got around to actually trying that schedule out. So now I have the time to do it. It's a pretty hefty training plan. It's not a lot of hours, but the things you have to do are pretty intense. So some of the training rides are maybe 2 hours, but then you have to do 50 to 60 minutes of sweet spot training. So that's pretty intense. So today my FTP is 291 or 290. So if it all adds up, I should be 310 in 4 weeks. I don't quite believe it, but if I'll see an improvement, I'll take it anyways. Even if I just improve like 10 watts, I think it's a success, because improving 10 watts in 4 weeks is pretty good. So I'm really looking forward to testing it out and see if it actually works. I won't be uploading any of the training plans per se. I might give snips of what I'm doing, but I won't lay it all out. And that's with respect to the guy who actually did it. I'll put a link in the description below where you can read more about it. It's a guy called, or a training company called Simon Says. And you can go and buy that training plan, or you can just follow me and see if it actually works. I think actually there's a disclaimer that 20 watts is a really good improvement and it's doable, but it also depends on the fitness you're in. But that's it for me for now, guys. Thanks for watching once again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the other videos, and until next time, bye.